Hello, my name is Tanya Andrews, and I am the coach here at Learning to Live Again Life and Grief Coaching. I want to welcome you on this journey and let you know that I don't come into this to walk beside you lightly. I am both humbled and honored that I can walk beside you in some of the darkest times of our lives. You may feel like no one understands you right now. You may feel a profound sense of confusion or anger or frustration or grief or even relief. You may feel like you're just not sure how you feel. And these are all normal feelings that we experience when we have experienced some type of a loss in our lives. Loss does not have to come directly as a result of a death, a physical death. Loss can come in a lot of forms, and all forms of loss produce grief. These types of loss can be ranging from, yes, the obvious death of a loved one, but it can come due to the loss of a beloved pet, through miscarriage or infertility or divorce or job loss or the diagnosis of a medical condition, the loss of a physical ability. We can even experience loss when a child is diagnosed with a special need or a disability of some sort. So loss is all around us in our lives. And what we have to do is learn how to deal with those feelings of loss in a positive manner, and then learn how to put our lives back together and to live again. Healing from loss does not mean that we are again the same as we were before the loss occurred. I like to think that it makes us actually not only different, but in many cases better than we were before we experienced the loss. Healing, you're going to hear me talk about healing a great deal, and healing does not equate to not having breaks or scars or evidence that we were once broken. Healing is evidence that we can heal. It's evidence that we can be functional and we can live again. And in some cases, our scars make us beautiful. And I believe that in most cases, our scars make us beautiful. Grief and life are part of living, and they're part of loving. We are designed to be relational people. God created us to be relational. He created us to love and to share our lives with others, and sometimes that also results in losing someone or losing something that we hold very precious to us, and it turns our world upside down. So what does life and grief coaching accomplish? Well, life and grief coaching provide you someone to walk along beside you, who doesn't pass judgment on how you're feeling, who listens with an open mind and an open heart, and then who helps guide you on a path to living better, to putting one foot in front of the other. Some days it's just about breathing, and other days it's going to be about celebrating. And ultimately, learning to live again means finding joy once again in our lives, because our purpose here has not ended. We have a purpose. God has a plan. And there's a reason that you're here today. I don't come to you as someone who has all of the answers. I too have been broken and traveled some long journeys. I struggled with healing, and it took finding people who listened and understood and opened their hearts to me and asked difficult questions. And some days I didn't like them so much. And other days I just found myself so thankful for their willingness to help me learn to live again after abuse after abandonment, after infertility, after child loss, after near divorce and a marriage recovery, after a diagnosis of a special needs child, after watching a parent endure a long illness and subsequently passing. In my years of working with hospice care, in working with organ and tissue transplant, so many things in my life have brought me to this place where I take it a great honor to share with you some of the things that I have learned along the way to help the journey in recovering, in living, in breathing, and in embracing life, and holding on to the moments of joy that we're given. And then I take great joy, great honor in walking beside you to help you learn. Together, we're going to learn. I don't know it all, and I don't pretend to know it all, but what I promise you is you won't walk alone. I hope that you will allow me to join you in your journey to recover from loss, to regain your life, and to learn to live again in the fullness that God has for you. Thank you for joining me at Learning to Live Again Coaching.